Welcome back, viewers. We've now been joined by our usual Monday guest.
Really? Monday.
I had to say our usual Monday guest. Yeah. And welcome to the press once again. We've now been joined by Obadiah and Mbila, who's the chairman, Lovewalk Media. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you so very much. I don't know why I'm a Monday guest. Maybe because I was born on a Monday.
Oh, incredible. This is great to know. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Thank you for always showing up. So there's been a lot of stories making the rounds. I wanted to start from the international scene, which is Biden quits presidential race, endorses Kamala Harris. First of all, did you see this coming? And what's your take on the endorsement of Kamala Harris?
Yeah, it is quite heartwarming to understand that Biden had finally decided to step down. And
when you say finally, it sounds like he should have stepped down a long time ago.
Yes, because the lobbying has been on, and coming from his party, the Democrats, ever since they finished the presidential debate, Democrats, stakeholders in Democrats have not been very comfortable with a presidential candidate in Biden, and many of them has gone behind the scene to press for him to quit, and then in every case, political scene like this, there will be those for and those against. Those inner caucus kitchen members of Biden campaign did not see his quitting as viable, and therefore they encourage him to continue. Even his family came out to speak vehemently that there is nothing wrong with him continuing in the campaign. And so everyone thought that it's going to be a very hard sell to convince Biden to quit. I think the events of the last few days, over 30 members of the Congress came out openly to declare that he either quit or they will not support him. So whatever has spoken to his conscience to take this action, it needs to be applauded. And then we in Nigeria too, so much lessons to learn. First of all, if it was here in Nigeria, and let's say Biden is from the north and Kamala is from the south, the first thing is that Harris could not go in because he's from the south and Biden is from the south. So we'll be looking for regional dichotomy to neutralize that opportunity,
of course,
that presented itself to Harris. So we should learn that it is not so much about where the individual is coming from, but what he's bringing to the table. That should be our concern. Can he deliver or can she deliver? So, because as we are discussing now, so much is still passing through the water. When a policy is brought out in our country, the first question is that who brought out the policy? If it is from the southwest, we from the northeast are not going to take it because it's not in our favor. Mind you, this policy is seen as a national policy, not as a regional policy. So in the end, we bring regional coloration to it to make sure that that policy does not succeed. That is how also it is. For the past few days, some Nigerians has been rooting for a protest, and when it started gathering momentum, something funny happened. The Southeast Ohanese came out and said, our youth should not join protest against Tinubu. Is it the way to go? No, but because they are afraid that it's going to be given a different tag altogether, to be seen as maybe the Igbos against the Yorubas.
Of course.
So now this thing is polarizing our national polity. It's making it difficult for us to say what should be of utmost importance to all of us. Absolutely. So Biden, congratulations for taking that courageous step, stepping down, not only stepping down, but also endorsing his vice.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, yes.
All right, let's quickly take this call before we proceed. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome to the press. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Mazi Okurafo from Arusuku.
Mazi Ndeo.
Mama Satuku Gazikwaju.
No.
Mama Sa. Now, you see, when we look at this issue of report, all this report, whether newspaper, anything with politics, I think, to me, I'm looking at that issue of Joe Biden.
Yes.
During the tower. Joe Biden telling the deputy, Karen, to continue. You see, this is a lesson that African leaders, the African Union, ECOWAS, to learn. That when you see the whole world are talking, that you are not okay, what do? Bring in your deputy to continue the journey. But here in Africa, it's always a problem. That is why you see a lot of problem, political wrangling, political unity, political, just name them, commotion and confusion in African context in terms of politics. So this is a very, very nice thing. Honestly, I was very happy when I saw Biden yesterday when just later that the woman should come. And even the woman today, I was so happy for our own deputy, that's our campaign manager. He's a lady, young lady, very flagrant. So when you see the lady, you know that yes, he has something to offer. So that is why I was so happy that it's very, very good for us here in Africa. Even whether it's a local government election or whether it's a state election, whether it's a presidential election, we have to borrow a lead from that. And I come back to this Dangote issue, telling us that Kamala George Christopher, and what Dangote said, Dangote has said this for long, because my sister and my brother, let us face it, my brother is from oil producing area. Tell me, is there any part of the east or southeast or eastern Nigeria, from south and southeast, that you cannot get oil? There's no place. Even I have to go and find out that way. They thought we do it for borehole, and they say they make crude oil. They say no, the market is not conducive for drinking. You have to move to another place. The whole eastern Nigeria is full of oil. Why must Dangote be importing crude oil into Nigeria to come and does it make sense? Honestly, the capacity in all those oil companies, please give Dangote a chance so that petrol and kerosene. Look, kerosene is 1,500 naira per liter. Good morning, Mazuka for France. You have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much. God bless you, Mazi, for your contribution. Now, before we come to Nigeria, before we come back to this scene, let's still talk a little about this Biden's endorsement of Kamala Harris. So the question will be, because the Democrats are still shopping for someone to replace Biden, though he has endorsed Kamala Harris, do you think they are willing to take the chance of having her run? And how do you think the Americans are going to take this? What do you think is going to turn out to be like? What's your prediction?
Well, Kamala Harris is not going to be the first American lady aspiring to take that #1 office.
Black.
Don't forget that Clinton,
yes,
Hillary Clinton was almost cruising home
very
with
close
victory before she was defeated. So it's not going to be a gender-based.
Well, this is a black American here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the color racist issues, which will certainly come up in some quarters, in some states. But here, the whole matter concerns the Democrats, who are known to have tilted towards the black for a very long time.
Sure.
That's the only party where you see the blacks are very free. So also the Arabs and all it's a home to
for everyone.
Everyone, So I don't think they are going to have issue with that within the family or the Democrat family. The other challenge might be, you know, there are blocks in every political party.
Very well.
So you may probably envisage a situation where a particular bloc that has thought that with Biden's out of the race, that so and so person other than Kamala Harris
would run.
You know, would run. Now, the endorsement of the president is so powerful that it has foreclosed, so to speak. Don't forget that what Biden is now enjoying is what they call right of first refusal. You know, if you have run for the first tenure, you still have the right to run for the second tenure, unless you say, no, I'm not running, before it can be thrown open. So it was thrown open in the case of Republicans, because there was no sitting president in Republican. But here, among the Democrats, they had already known that the rule is that you give the sitting president the chance. So if the sitting president has said, I am yielding my seat for my vice, that's so powerful that there is little or nothing that you can do. But still, it is incumbent on Kamala Harris to convince all the stakeholders to make sure that he handle her lobbying in such a way that every stakeholder will know that he or she is at home with this candidate. You know, so that's the responsibility of those that are going to handle her presidential campaign. They should initiate high-profile individual within the Democrats, and then send them to work, talk to the Obamas, talk to Clintons, talk to all those that matters in the rank of the Democrats.
You know, it's quite commendable to actually see Biden step down, even though he says he will give us more updates on his decision later this week. But it's quite commendable. And that's what Mazio Korafo was saying, that maybe African leaders also need to emulate some of these things by, you know, stepping down when you do not see yourself fit, you know, to take such positions. Anyway, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, KAFTAN.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the press. Please tell us your name.
My name is Mohammed.
All right. Please join the conversation, Mr. Mohammed.
Contribute about this local government autonomy, if I'm permitted.
It's fine, of course.
Yes, you see, now there are some state governors in a hurry to conduct local election in their various states, so that they will fill in their boys to come and be a chairman of the various local government before this bill in the National Assembly become materialized.
Okay.
I don't know how our legislators are watching this thing.
All right.
Yeah. State governors pinpoint or hand select their boys and install them as chairman of local government in name of elected local government. The game is still within the cycle. Because those chairmen handpicked by the governors have no any power or morality to handle local government funds, rather than to collect it from Abuja and come back to the government house and hand over the money to the governor in the other dark room. Complaint is going on everywhere. We've just witnessed Taraba State have just sworn in his boys as local government chairman, and other states are already on the pipeline. Some without even notice to the opposition parties to even prepare, because it is the state government, INEC or State Electoral Commission that is conducting it. Ever before, since all these things is happening, you'll be hearing state governor announce election of his state, all the councillors, all the chairman won. There's no any miracle that they are performing, rather than just using the state INEC to instrumentally to just write off all the results in the government house and announce it. We've all witnessed this. It has been happening. So now that the Supreme Court has pronounced that fund will not be given to local government except through elected representative of the local government. Now another exploit is now manifesting. We should be watching out. You are in Abuja. Yes. Please, you people to communicate it to the senators. Let them hurry up and pass this bill. Let it be a law. So that the election should be conducted by a National Electoral Commission, local government electoral commission for the whole 774 local government, so that the local government will fully have autonomy.
Right.
There is no where you say there is no any opposition. Every local government chairman and the councillor are won by the governor's party. It is not a true election. There is not a representation of the people.
All right, thank you very much.
I want people to err on this and let the people that matters know about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you too. In as much as I wanted us to discuss this in segment by segment, but this is a very valid point, and it's also a conversation that I've been looking into, because I'm wondering, why can't there be a universal date for conducting of elections at local government level, like we have for general elections for the federal seats, the state seats, and other constituency seats? So why won't there be a general date where everybody gets to throw their hearts in the ring and then see what they can get at the end of the day, instead of this random, oh, now that there's a rule, let my state just conduct something, even if other opposition parties are not part of it. Let me just like he said somebody just swore in their own people just because they want to get this. Whilst there are conversations on ground that a local government chairman does not have autonomy, so if he misbehaves, he can be arrested. The question is, who will check? Let's quickly take this call before you answer that. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, good morning. You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It's good to have you. My name is Abdul Malik Yobe.
All right, Mr. Abdul Malik. Please join the
I'm
conversation.
calling from Damaturu, the Yobe State Capital.
All right, please join the conversation.
Yeah, let me start from here in Nigeria
Okay.
about the discussion on refinery.
Okay, sir. We would need you to give us your points very quickly, sir.
From all indications,
Yes.
from the part of technocrats, you discover that Dangote refinery is one of the largest in Africa, and which has even most of the most sophisticated equipment in the world. This country is facing a lot of problems. The problem we are facing about Dangote refinery is sabotage.
Could you please help us quicken your point? Yes.
Yeah, sabotage. Because those cabals in the oil industry knew if Dangote refinery is left to be operated, so many secrets is going to be exposed.
Absolutely.
Now take about the issue of the refinery in Kaduna, Warri, and Port Harcourt annual ton of maintenance. It engulfs millions of dollars every year.
Okay.
And what Dangote use, even not up to that amount of money to build this oil refinery. So if this thing is let to happen, definitely Nigerians are going to have a good life. We have more dollars coming into our country. Petroleum products are going to be cheap, and common masses are going to enjoy.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
I rest my case.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Yobe. Thank you for your contribution. So let's get your thoughts on that question of what happens and how do we get this to a stage of where there's a unified or a specific date for this local government election. So, you know, if it passes through this date, before you get another date to do the elections, you cannot even not do it. It's just
Let us put it this way.
Okay.
What really is wrong with the local government issues that it has now become a reoccurring decimal? We are always talking about local government. The simple answer is that when you do the wrong thing again and again, you continue to get same result again and again. It is not a federating unit that should be controlled from the center, that should receive their money from the center. No. It is a federating unit that is to be controlled by the state. Ordinarily, our constitution has presented to us 774 local government areas across the nation. The creation of local government should not have been a federal issue ab initio. This federal creates the state. Allow the state to create their local government. The number they feel can adequately serve their developmental needs. Today, we are running local governments that were created by federal government and handed over, so to speak, to state to supervise. Because every law that concerns the local government, including their election, is done within the state.
Yes.
It is the state assembly that handles every law that affects the local government. It is also the State Independent Electoral Commission that conducts the local government elections. So why would we not hands off, the federal government hands off every issue about local government and leave it to belong to where it should belong, the state? In this case, when the state come to the center to take their portion of federal allocation, they will go back to their states and dispense the one that belongs to local government accordingly. And we should not be talking about local government said this, did that. Let it be the issue that begins and ends at the state level. Now, the federal government is involved.
Yes.
We have the Supreme Court judgment that has given financial autonomy
to the local government.
To the local government that is not autonomous. You've given financial autonomy to a local government that is not autonomous.
You know.
So you can see there is a lacuna in the submission of the learned justices of the Supreme Court. They did not do the first thing first. The first thing, of course, it's now a law because it's the pronouncement of the Supreme Court. But the issue of local government has been debated, flogged back and front at the national level. Should it be so? No. Why? Because we did the wrong thing, and it is bringing the multiplier effect. More wrong results are coming out.
Okay, but then if you suggest that the federal government or the center, like you used, should stay away from this issue. So let's have it as maybe the state government is the one choosing or creating the local government that they feel will best serve their states. Now, from antecedent, it has been that, for instance, their financial support has been coming through the state government. So which means that it has already been like a test. They've had the test all along to see how they would have done it if it was directly under their capacity to create, which means that they will decide what they want to create. In fact, there was a conversation that Adams Oshomole had, the senator representing Edo North. He said something. He said there's a particular local government chairman that said he had not been paid, and he was coming to him to help him facilitate his own payment. And he was like, are you not supposed to be the one, taking care of the finances, and, you're supposed to be like a boss on your own, and you're calling for your own salary. And he told him, you're supposed to know how to take charge of it. And he said, oh, he's only just called to come and sign for, just sign, and that's the end of the story. So you can imagine if that's it, and they now totally have the chance to decide what to create, it simply means that if a particular local government is not loyal to a governor, he decides and tells himself, this local government is scrapped completely, whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional, because they feel like I am independent, I have immunity, I can take decisions, and I can do whatever I want. So do you think this will work in this case? But I also agree with you when you said that they have no financial autonomy when they do not have autonomy. So do you think these are the things that the National Assembly needs to look into, especially also having a specific date when elections should run like we have across every other sphere?
Yeah, we are talking of federating units. We are talking of a standard that we have set for ourselves, that we as a people, as a nation, are going to run a federal republic. And the federal republic has 3 tiers: the federal, the state, and the local government. Now, the state are autonomous as far as we are concerned, but the local government is not, because it is what you'll call a creation, or is being supervised by the state. So to that extent, I am saying, and that is what the Constitution should read, that the states go to the federal to collect their federal allocation. When they collect this federal allocation as their money that belongs to the state, and you are allowed to disburse this money, the governors have been found wanting in the disbursement of this money when they go for their joint accounts with the local government. And the creation of joint account came because of the wrong or the constitutional lapses that we have. If the state created the local government, they find themselves taking responsibility. They go to the center, collect money, their money and the local government money. They bastardize that of the local government. More so, what happens in our local government is laughable. Most staff go there only to gist.
And break melon, like people would always say. Let's quickly take this.
That's exactly what they do there.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, you're welcome to the press. Great, thank you. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Obadiah.
All right, please tell us where you're
I'm calling
from.
from Ilorin. Please
join the conversation.
Yeah, there are a lot of those sports in Horizon.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that, and that sport in Horizon are the state governance. Unless concrete actions were taken not to curtail the power of this governance.
Sorry, we just have to let you go because we couldn't hear you, and then your TV was interfering. It was as if you were listening to your TV, and then you couldn't really, give us a smooth contribution. But that's okay. You can always call us back. So back to our conversation.
So, please, the local government can never function properly until the right thing is done. You can't get a square peg and think that it will work in a round hole. Do the right thing, the local government would move smoothly. For now, the local government has become where redundant staff are sent to, so that at the end of the month, they'll come and collect their salary. The local government has become a center where every manner of laziness, lousiness is condoned because of the way and manner it was created and supervised. Created by federal government, supervised by state. So that lapses that we are witnessing now, both in this constitution and in structural operation of the local government, has to be breached. And until it is breached, No financial autonomy will make the local government autonomous.
I like that. So maybe we look forward to those conversations, and maybe there'll be a sort of legislation that's been calls anyway for, constitutional reviews. So maybe some of those things will be taken into consideration.
It's ongoing, but I doubt whether the present constitutional review is taking into account the urgency of disbanding or making or taking away the local government from our constitution and handing it over to the states. That's what they need to do. As soon as they do it, I believe states will create the number of local government they can manage and supervise.
Okay, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great, you're welcome to the press. Please turn down the volume of your TV set or step away from it.
It's okay. I am calling from those states.
All right, sir. Please tell us your
I'm
name.
Honorable Akarame.
All right, you're welcome to the program, Honorable Karame.
All right.
Yes.
The issue of local government
Yes.
was created on a very false foundation.
That's right.
Very false foundation. Because when at the Constituent Assembly in 1988, some of us were advocating for complete autonomous of the local government. To a point we said that, shut up there, we said that a local government service commission should be put in place. But nobody listened. At the end of the day, they passed the bill to say that by this constitution, the autonomy of the local government is guaranteed. That was this problem. That is where problem started for the local government. The declaration of local government itself, they were created haphazardly by the military, who knew what they wanted, because there was no criteria or criterion for the creation. It was survival of the fittest. And that is why you see, for example, that if you look at the census figure. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Sure. Please go ahead.
If you look at the census figure of Lagos State and that of Kano.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
You will discover that the differential figure was no more than 500,000 persons for Kano, more populated than Lagos.
Very well.
But you discover that they created 20 local government for Lagos State, and for Kano we have 44. Even when Kano, they capped Katsina also, one of the states from Kano, the local government were still more than Lagos. Because those of them who were in power then, which were shouting, wanted the situation that because allocation will be based on local government, it wouldn't mind if more local governments are from the south or less local governments are from the north.
Yes.
So that was from the beginning.
Could you please help us land on your thoughts, Honorable?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Honorable. Could you please just help us land on your thought very quickly?
It's okay.
Yes, sir.
So that is something. For the local government's autonomy, what they should do now that the federal government, the Supreme Court has taken a decision.
Yes.
The decision is quite in the right direction.
Okay.
But they should ratify it.
All right.
But asking the National Assembly to halt the conduct of local government elections now.
Okay.
Until they are able to establish the local government service commission
Okay.
and the electoral commission.
All right. Thank you very
That
much.
is the only way the local government will be independent.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution, Honorable. We appreciate you.
Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Electoral Commission, Local Government Electoral Commission, and Local Government Commission. What's your take on that?
Every state has local government commission. Every state. Maybe his suggestion is that we should have one at the center,
one,
at the center to supervise or to superintend, which is not a bad idea. And I also love he's alluding to the fact that the creation of the local government was faulty. And he used the word, it was created haphazardly.
By the military.
We have 10 million people living in Lagos, and we have 10 million people living in Kano. Kano, because you are from the north, we are giving you 44 local government areas, while Lagos will have 20. And it is like that all over. Every of the states from northwest have more local governments than those from southwest, southeast, as it were. So this is a different issue altogether. If they had allowed states to create their local government, probably a state like Lagos might wish to have 100 local government areas, and that's what the then Governor Tinubu, as a Lagos State governor, was doing when he was creating what he called development centers. It was a creation of local government. The local governments that he created is also easing the administration of the local areas, if I don't know, if they are doing the right thing. Because what you want, what the creation of local government want to achieve is to reach the unreached.
Of course.
So, but are we reaching the unreached through the local government? No. So something needs to be done. Absolutely. And I think part of it is constitutional amendment.
Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to other stories. They say there's this headline that says those meant to protect us are demarketing us. This is on the front page of Nigerian News Direct. Dangote cries out. Those meant to protect us are demarketing us. Dangote cries out. It says lament roadblocks hindering success of refinery. There's NMDPRA to test refinery products over dirty fuel allegations as reps pledge to probe allegations. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth with Dangote Refinery, especially since it came on board. Now, there's an allegation of selling dirty diesel. There are also allegations of roadblocks to the refinery. It says it hinders the success of the refinery. And he was planning an investment in the steel industry, but he has decided to halt it. Like, I do not think this country has my best interest at heart. And it's also saying that they've enjoyed continuous patronage from Europe, Singapore, and other offshore businesses. So what's so difficult? And do you think that this is a wrong allegation from the NNDPRA?
Yeah, you know, in this business of in Nigeria, there's always cabal that are at work. And I think it is it's usually when robbers go to rob, you don't know what has happened until they start sharing the loot. If they disagree in the sharing formula, you will hear their voices.
True.
You know, this is exactly what is happening in our country. There has been ongoing behind the scene manipulation of the people's wealth. Our common treasury also has been tampered, you know, and it ended up in individual purses. So we didn't know the individuals, but we were all happy on the fact that at least Dangote cement, Dangote petroleum, Dangote this and that. Truth about this is that Dangote has been working in a very serious partnership with those in government of the day. Now, the government of the day, when he started this refinery, has come and gone. What I am sensing is that the present operators feel that Dangote is going to chop into their own interest and therefore the whole interest is going into one pocket. So they are doing everything, including campaign of calumny, saying that Dangote's fuel is substandard, and all that and all that. Even if his fuel is substandard, why can't you help him to make sure that you upgrade if it is true? But we know that all these allegations, some of them are not substantiated. It's all to hoodwink the general public to believe in one side of the story or the other. So, but I am afraid some have said that the reason why NNPC is not cooperating with Dangote is that they fear that Dangote is going to monopolize the industry, and it is very dangerous, according to what NNPC has said, if the monopoly of the petroleum industry is left in the hand of one person. What Nigerians are rooting for is to have fuel. They want to have PMS. They want to have their kerosene. They want to live normal life. They're careless about who is going to supply it, whether it is Tag Dangote or Shell or Mobil. Nigerians want fuel. And you must tell them how they are going to get this fuel. That's what satisfies them, not the political angle that concerns the NNPC and Dangote. Dangote, to those that have really visited the refinery.
But, you know, talking about this monopoly of a thing, because I feel like a lot of private owners or people that can also come up to do businesses like Dangote are probably just waiting to see if Dangote can break into the market. Now they are seeing these things happening because we see situations where, for instance, a product like Coca-Cola, for an example, breaks into the market. Other products similar come in and break into the market, and they start making waves in the business. So the place of monopoly, I do not really think can stand, because I feel like other refineries may want to come up, other private owners can decide that, oh, let's start running something, even if it's not as big as Dangote's refinery. And then another conversation on one side, they said NAS is going to probe and probably, you know, do a test on the diesel that is coming out from Dangote refinery. But how soon do we get a response for this? And NNPC are having these fears when they have a 20% share. Are they not even shooting themselves in the leg?
The point is that up till now, everything about the NNPC share is shrouded in secrecy. We don't even know the contribution of the central bank in the construction of that refinery. We may not know today, but by and by, when the loot is being shared, we will know. The public will know. But that's by the way. I read a piece, a friend of mine, a journalist friend of mine, sent me a piece by one man who claimed that about 5 or 6 years ago, he came to do a modular refinery, all right? And it was not difficult for him to obtain the license. But when he approached his bankers for a phone, they say, you want to go into refinery where Alhaji is, referring to Dangote. We can
not let you compete with
tell you that your business is dead on arrival, because no bank would want to give money to someone who wants to compete with Alhaji.
I understand the place of the monopoly you talk about.
So many people would have been operating their modular refinery if the coast was clear for them to operate unhindered. But here they say because Alhaji is there, therefore they can't go there. This is not good for our economy.
Absolutely.
We need a competitive economy. We just don't need one source for our cement or for our petroleum supply, unless it is a state owned company like NNPC used to be before it was at least we were told now it's a public company, you know. So I must admit that what the initiative of Alhaji Dangote in making sure that the incessant fuel supply in Nigeria is brought to an end is a noble one and should be commended. However, anything that will promote monopoly, like as it is in the cement industry, part of the reason why cement has been going on higher and higher and costlier, because you can't compete with Dangote Cement. BUA, who came in to compete with him, he can tell you his stories.
Elephant and the likes. All right.
So it's unfortunate that we don't have that competitive environment to make sure that other refineries come on board.
All right, let's quickly touch on this one before we go. We just have, I think, 3 minutes more. Said Tinubu highlights ECOWAS achievements, challenges at AU meeting, and that was in Ghana. It says ECOWAS will continue to dialogue with Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger to maintain unity.
Yeah.
Do you see a situation where they can get Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso back in the ECOWAS bloc?
In fact, you know, you can't stand aloof in a region where you belongs to. You can't say, I'm no longer part of that region.
Well, you know, they formed a Sahel region.
Exactly. I'm coming to that.
Okay.
You know, all over the world, we have regional powers, and we share many things in common. Like in West Africa, where they belong to. We share many things in common. Here we have a West Africa that was balkanized and shared between the French country and the United Kingdom. So those countries that were how do I put it, were colonized by French, and those countries that were colonized by Britain, we found ourselves in one region, and we have been looking for how we can establish a voice that speaks for us, whether it's a francophone side of it or the anglophone side of the West Africa. But one thing is very clear: the knees of the colonial masters are still very hard on this region, and the people that say they are no longer interested in ECOWAS, the only ground they are advancing is that, look, the leaders in ECOWAS are still collaborating with our old colonial masters to suppress us and make it difficult for us to operate. So to that extent, you see that the ECOWAS would first of all assure them that, look, we will no longer take the dictations from our colonial masters. We want independence. This is one key area that will make their re-entry into ECOWAS very possible. So President Tinubu has a challenge to make sure that he's put his feet on the ground to say no to whatever colonial masters wants to do in our region. All
right, we only can hope that President Tinubu can achieve this. All right, thank you very much for your time today, Obadiah Mbila, Chairman, Lovewalk Media. Really appreciate you for your time. It's always
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Our viewers, thank you for joining the show today. And that's all we have for you for this morning. We'll see you again later. I am Olamide Alhassan. See you again later.